Good evening, Bronco Nation. And welcome to Robertson Stadium, Miles 50, home of the Boise State Broncos. And we are happy to be here to the Mountain West Conference Old Trafford Championship game tonight as the 20th ranked UNLV Rebels and the nation's 10th ranked team, your Boise State Broncos. It starts with me as the signature campaign for Boise State, and how the rest of the life of Bronco Nation support on sportsmanship and respect for every opponent on the field. Today's on-field presentation of the flag is proudly brought to you by our friends at Ford. We honor those who serve our country and come together with deep appreciation. Thank you, Ford. And finally, we remind you at various times there will be flashing lights, sea lights. If you have light sensitivity, please be advised. From time to time, flashing lights are used throughout tonight's game. Now it's time to introduce the starting lineup. Regiment Colors, being presented tonight by Army Arrows and Color Guard under the command of Lieutenant Colonel Michael Gonzalez and Cadet Jacoby Manhammer. Bronco and Roll fans, welcome to game day. A reminder that we're going to not do with this sportsmanship. Safety and fair play. And that's all coaches who show respect. The teams, game officials, and others. Thank you. And go Broncos!
Country to make the postseason in terms of the college football playoff. Both of these teams have a very distinct chance. Basically, win and you're in tonight.
It's not often that we get to sit in this booth and say everything's on the line. Everything's on the line. The Heisman's on the line. The conference championship's on the line. Yeah, and a playoff spot for both of these teams. And in this community that's seen such great football that you referenced, this is the biggest game ever. And nobody is afraid to say that. There's no hyperbole there. Like, this is the biggest game in this program's history, and you can say the same for the other side as well.
And one of the best players Boise State has ever had is their running back, Ashton Jeanty, college football's all-terrain vehicle.
He is so special. You listen to the Big Noon Kickoff guys just rave about his physical skills, and he's got all of them. But what I love is that he elevates his teammates. The greatest of players, Jason, it's not just their physical talent, and he's got all of them. The power, the strength, we'll talk about it all night long. But the minute he touches the ball, everybody in this building and everybody on that field knows he's the most dynamic dude there is.
Boise State here at home taking on a UNLV team that's resurgent once again. Let's meet the Rebels.
With grit and perseverance, UNLV has overcome impossible odds in its return to the title game.
They have been fun to watch.
With one of the most explosive offenses in the country.
Delivers! Touchdown! There he goes! Chet Thomas!
The Rebels look to shock the world and punch their ticket to the college football playoff. These are the UNLV Rebels.
And here they come. Not exactly welcoming from the locals, and rightfully so. This has become a great rivalry in the Mountain West Conference. UNLV and Boise State met in the title game last year. They met back in October, and Barry Odom, the head coach of these Rebels, feels like they are much more equipped this year to win this game.
Yeah, we got a chance to call this very matchup in this very game last year, and they were a great story last year. This year, they're full of battle-tested veteran guys that fully believe, and Haj Malik-Williams, their quarterback, he sets the tone. He is a dynamic guy, Jason. On championship weekend, you'll see this all weekend long. When you've got a QB that can run it, and you got a QB that can throw it, and then he too has the confidence of all of his peers in that huddle. There is no fear. The conversation all week is, yeah, we respect these guys. We know who they are. We know who Ashton Jeanty is, but we don't fear any of them, and they believe they can get this done tonight.
They absolutely do. We've talked about Jeanty and what he can do. Boise State is a pretty complete team. Let's meet these Broncos here in Idaho.
Fear the blue. Boise State's dominant season has them on the verge of repeating as Mountain West champions. Led by Heisman candidate Ashton Jeanty.
Jeanty go! He's unbelievable!
This team is a force to be reckoned with. The Broncos dream of cementing their place in a CFP and challenging for a national title. These are the Boise State Broncos.
Here comes Buster leading the Broncos. And he's carrying a sledgehammer while he is a sledgehammer. Ashton Jeanty breaks tackles like no other in college football. And And with a win tonight, those Broncos very likely will get a bye in the college football playoff. We'll take it a break with our game countdown, sponsored by Progressive, as 20th-ranked UNLV battles 10th-ranked Boise State in the 2024 Mountain West Championship game. Kickoff is coming up next.
Where tonight's captains will lead the coin flip. Joining the captains and officials is Mountain West Commissioner Dorian Barrow.
Bronco Nation, turn your attention to the northwest corner of the stadium as Bronco legend, Mountain West champion, two-time All-Mountain West selection, NFL draft pick, and Pregame Bronco, J.O. Steeler,
What's your beef? They call it the inversion, which keeps the cold right on top of you, though they're not feeling it. It is a 23-degree wind chill. Allison Williams is in the middle of it. Hi, Allison.
Hey there, JB. I'm ready to take on this cold, and the UNLV defense is ready to take on Broncos running back Ashton Jeanty. They know what they're up against. This is the third time they'll face him in the last 12 months, but the last time these two teams squared off in October, the Rebels defense did about as much as you can ask against Jeanty. They made him earn it. He had his lowest yards per carry average of the season at 3.8, and he didn't have a run over 20 yards. UNLV coaches told us our guys know what's required to get him on the ground. Head coach Barry Odom said our guys respect him and what he's been able to do, but they're not in awe of it. Linebacker Jackson Woodard said it is fun to face an elite player like Jeanty, and when you do, it's about playing sound defense, knowing your gaps, doing your 111, and when you do get a hold of him, do not let go.
Thought that was insightful from Barry Odom, what Allison just said. Like, they felt it before, how it is to tackle them, especially Ashton Jeanty.
I think it's kind of like facing Jason in this other sport you call, and that's just, you know, an elite pitcher. You feel his stuff. Spencer Danielson knows what his guy's capable of. That's why they, too, on that sideline have tremendous confidence. They know their stuff's good enough. UNLV feels like their stuff is good enough. Now let's go hit.
Win this game, and your future is very, very, very likely for both teams in the college football playoff. Boise State and UNLV for the Mountain West title. Here we go from the blue turf in the Treasure Valley of Idaho. D'Angelo Irvin Jr. on the return. It's a great special teams group for UNLV, and they'll have the ball first as Boise State deferred. You mentioned Malik Williams off the top. He wasn't the starting quarterback at the beginning of the year, but when he took over, they took off.
Yeah, and in fact, when Barry Odom announced that he was making the change, the building erupted. Like, this was the guy that many of them around the building felt like, man, he had earned it. 5 years grinding out there at Campbell University to seize this opportunity, and he is not letting go of it.
From Buies Creek, North Carolina, to a play-in game essentially in the college football playoff. Play clock was down to 1. And there he goes, Malik Williams on the run and dominating with a drive to the legs into Zion Washington. They struggled to tackle him in the first meeting behind this offensive line for the Rebels.
Yeah, very talented on the edges, an all-conference player, but the communicator's right in the middle in Jack Haas. Lots of speed outside. Ricky White, they'll get the ball to in a number of different ways.
He is their leading receiver, back-to-back 1,000-yard years for him. Malik Williams on the throw, and he's got DeJesus on the catch, the senior transfer from Modesto Junior College. This defense, you talked about the ends during Big Noon.
Yeah, they need to keep everything as much as they can bottled inside. The great sackers as well. Oladipo will play that dime linebacker spot, and McCoy will travel with White wherever he goes.
This is called the go-go offense because of the back placement in part. And here is Jet Thomas, one of those tailbacks, into plus territory.
It's called go-go as well because their tempo, their formations, their personnel, it is on the move, constantly challenging really that eye discipline and the communication of defenses.
It looks like UNLV feels like tempo is their friend tonight. Malik Williams on the roll. He'll drop it off. That's the first catch for Ricky White III. And he clangs off a body to create some more yardage, including Oladipo. It's third down. He has been so key for them, not only offensively, but on special teams.
Yes, special teams player of the year in the conference. You see the amount of production. It's only him and T-Mac the last couple years. And nearly 50% of their receptions go to him. Astounding.
Odd movement at the line and a penalty marker coming in. Christian Watson, our referee tonight, has the first call.
False start. Everyone but the center. 5-yard penalty. Nice third down.
Yeah, and those were the little mistakes that bit them in the first matchup. There was a unsportsmanlike, there was a hold, there was just something when they got some of that go-go momentum that just set them back. And you can't have it, not in this building. And you start to jump off sides, guess what? This Bronco Nation will get that much louder.
Third and 7. Williams with pressure coming. He is sacked. Rodney Robinson hit him low. Simpson went high. 6 of them in the first meeting. There's number 1 for the Broncos tonight.
Yeah, you're going to see it right here, right off of the edge. They don't mess around. They love to bring pressure on second and long, third and long situations. As a quarterback right there, Williams, got to know, avoid that huge negative play.
Boise State is second in the country in sacks per game, nearly 4 per game, as Cooper Jones has to fall on this. And the Broncos will have it when we come back. If you haven't seen Ashton Genty, you are in for an absolute treat. He is a nightmare to defend, and he's next.
First down.
They average about 7 yards a play, and Genty will try and make lemonade out of this, and he does, breaking a tackle across the 40-yard line. How do you tackle him, Brock?
One guy cannot do it. A great job here by Madsen, the quarterback, to go up and get it, and then, well, they welcome in Roger Carrion, the right guard, started the last couple games, injured most of the year. Rudolph, the center. They feel like in this matchup, they didn't have him 5 weeks ago, that those two men are going to create movement and push and let Genty get going, something that he had a hard time doing. He got hit so many times right at the line of scrimmage in this last matchup. Not that time.
Elad threw himself at the legs, couldn't make the first tackle, leading to 18 yards. And now the throw by Madsen. He's got Cameron Camper. He'll cut back inside and be just short of midfield. Look at Spencer Danielson on the sideline. He is amped. And Maddox Madsen, named after Las Vegas native Greg Maddox, hoping to take down UNLV, and he's been very efficient.
5'0", couple 100 pounds of nothing, a baseball family, hyper-competitive family, and the dude just wins. Dirk Cutter loves him, the longtime offensive coordinator, and he doesn't make many mistakes.
Look at the breath at the line of scrimmage. Genty puts his foot in the ground and gets absolutely clobbered right at the line to gain by Antonio Doyle. Here is that reformatted offensive line, and the left side we know is very good.
You could see that. All conference members. Carrion is absolutely nasty. He loves to finish, and Rudolph, special, coming back from a torn bicep in the opener, said, nope, I'm going to come back this season, and by golly, he has. Lauder as well, a first-team all-conference member, second leading receiver. Yeah, this is not just the Ashton Genty show, though his solo act's pretty good.
It certainly is. Unbalanced line. They'll move both tight ends to the right. And this is going to be a sneak for Madsen. It was 4th and goal from the 1 that got the deciding touchdown in the first meeting for Boise State. This 3rd and 1 leads to us telling you about a UNLV defense that is upgraded from last year, including Doyle, the A&M transfer.
Yeah, he's a fifth-year player, so big and physical, and when he plays with tremendous motion, the guys feed off of him behind him. Woodard's the best defensive player in this conference. Back-to-back first-team all-conference player, came from Arkansas with the head coach Odom, and Catalan Chavis, very physical. Chavis, in fact, the most physical corner on the roster. Why he's starting.
On the roll, here's a throw. Madsen is complete to Prince Strong, who is a native of the Bahamas, playing a little down in temperature today. It's 2nd down.
You know what you see with Boise, and you've seen it really since Chris Peterson and others have been here, and I can just feel their presence. We talked to it with Spencer Danielson about that, just the history at the school. You know that Houston Nutt is watching, right? You know that